And, you know, our office right now, for those of you who know where it is, it's generally at Mockingbird and Harry Hines. Not exactly Rodeo Drive, but it's got its own character, okay? So I thought, well, I'm going to do a little homework and see, you know, what the Balfour Building's all about. You know, what's it like? So I did this little mental checklist. So first thing I thought of is, well, close to the tollway. Yes. Okay. Close to the tollway, yes. Good views of downtown. Yes. Right. Air conditioned. Yes. Right. Okay. Close to the new Fine Arts adult video store. No. No. Close to the DFW indoor gun range. No. No. Close to the Nagoya 24-hour happy ending massage parlor. No. Now, and get this. The Balfour Building, it's like the closest by the hour motel with the vibrating beds is like a mile away. You can't even walk there on your lunch hour. You know, what the hell? You know? I'd really like to talk to the broker that steered us toward that location, you know. Thanks a lot, Jethro. So, we're going to move there, and one of the subsets of that move, and it's hard for me to even say these words out loud because I just get all tingly inside. We get to hire an architect to design our space. Yeah. Now, I want to make sure everybody understands what that means, okay? The student has become the master. Right? You know, now who's going to get put to death when a mistake is made? Right? You know, I'm not saying we're going to exploit that or take advantage of it, but this is what I'll tell you. I've waited like 30 years for this, okay? I want to go to an architectural presentation where I'm the client, okay? And I'm going to sit there the whole time and not say a single word till the very end, okay? And then they're going to look at me and they're going to say, well, what do you think? And I'm going to say, how do you sleep at night? I'm going to say, get this out of my sight. You know, it's terrible. And then predictably they're going to say, well, what's the matter? What don't you like? What's wrong? And I'll just look at them real serious and I'll say, I'd get a better result if I gave an Etch-a-Sketch to a chimp. Now, that sounds really hard, but, you know, it takes a lot of love to crush somebody's dreams. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But if I could do that just one time, that would make me happier than the day I learned how to drink without a straw. That's how big it is, okay? Now, one of the other merger things is that a lot of people in the industry, you know, they assume that some of us won't be happy with the merger and will want to change jobs. So predictably, I got a letter from my previous employer asking me if I wanted to come back. And I don't have the letter anymore. I had to destroy it before it destroyed me. So, but we're going to move, and the space that we're moving into is smaller, so we're going to have to get rid of a lot of our secret squirrel contractor stuff. So there's probably going to be a garage sale at the Rowland Mansion, so if you want to pick up one of those Andy Griffith phones, that's where you need to go. Now, one of the other cool things about the move is that the subcontractors that we hire obviously are going to be building the space for us, right? Okay? As opposed to a tenant working for us. You know, and we're hoping against hope that they'll do a good job. You know, Tom spent a lot of time selecting the subcontractors so we'd get it right. He used his typical executive method. He put all their names on a piece of paper and put it on his My Little Pony dartboard. And we got who we got. And you met two of them tonight, Cletus and Buford, you know? they're going to be working on it. And, you know, they both used to work at a slaughterhouse, so we're pretty sure their attention to detail is going to be impeccable, right? Because, you know, when you think about it, a stun gun isn't really that much different than a screw gun. So we think they're going to be okay. But I wouldn't look for our pictures of our space and architectural record anytime soon. I think you're going to be disappointed if you do, if you look for that. So we're excited about the move, but the biggest thing, the biggest change in 2009 was something that happened to me personally, and I can't do this tonight without telling everybody about it. I gave up drinking Diet Coke, cold turkey. So I'd been a Diet Coke fiend for about 20 years. I drank it voraciously every day. In fact, I drank it so much that I was thinking about getting one of those little helper monkeys with a backpack just to follow me around. And I never did that, but now I wish I had, because if I had, then I finally would have had something in common with Michael Jackson. And now I've missed that opportunity. But it was tough giving up Diet Coke. It was harder than when I got kicked out of the Playboy Mansion after the incident. So about 4 months ago, I called into the office and I talked to Tom and I said, "Hey Tom, I'm not going to be in today because my hip gout is acting up again," right? And I don't usually do that very often, but I wanted to stay home and watch Montel, right? Because he was having a show about Diet Coke. So I'm sitting on the couch and, you know, watching Montel. I got my Snuggie on, and it's the leopard one, yeah. And so it's the predictable formula on Montel. It's a man and his wife, and they start talking, and they finally reach a point where the husband says, he goes, "Honey, I just want you to know that I love you more than anything in the whole wide world, and I'd never do anything to hurt you, but I slept with your sister and I drank all your Diet Coke." So, you know, predictably she gets upset, and in Montel land, upset is, you know, whacking somebody in the head with a 60-pound wooden chair. So they go through the whole litany of all the horrible things that can happen to you when you drink Diet Coke and all the long-term health problems that you have, and it's just horrible because of the aspartame artificial sweetener in it. So it became clear that, you know, you'd be better off lighting a can of Sterno and drinking that instead of drinking a Diet Coke. So I decided, well, I've got a decision to make, and because it was, you know, depressingly inevitable that I was going to have to quit drinking it. So I thought, this is so big that I'm not even going to punch it up on the gadget. I'm going to talk to my go-to guy and see what he says. So I go in the office early the next morning, and I go into Tom's office, and I said, "Hey, Tom, put down your beer and tell me what you know about aspartame." You know, tell me what you know about aspartame. So he looks up at him and he goes, "What did you call me?" So I knew right then that it was horrible and I was going to have to give it up. So I haven't had a Diet Coke for 4 months. So, thank you. Now, what I can tell you is that I feel a lot better, and I think I look a lot better. You know, the hostess at the Nagoya massage parlor says I look great, but, you know, not that People magazine would ever notice. But I think I got a really good chance at Sexiest Man Alive in 2010. So I need everybody to vote for me. So when that comes around, vote for me. I'll be the one with the Johnny Depp mask on. Okay? Thank you. Thanks for coming out and supporting our friend's place.
We'll talk later.